and power, peace and blessings. Welcome to are we in a Sunday moment? Yes, the week is just moving so quick. We are in a Sunday moment of harmony. Mommy Mercy, thank you and grateful in abundance for you always shucking and jiving, moving in mercy when it comes to moms and just those just individuals like myself, to carrying a lot, offering a lot, gaining a lot, loving a lot. I'm super grateful for you and thank you again for joining me today for a Sunday moment. Sundays are sacred days. Every day is a sacred day. But Sundays are normally a time of recalibration and family and spiritual rituals. Um, you know, all types of perspectives that we all walks of lives that we come from. Sunday just so happens to be a day of culmination, and a lot of people use that for rest and a number of other things. So I'm always extremely grateful when you take time out of your Sunday, that is your day of peace and self, to share it with me on a moment of harmony. Abundantly grateful always. I am so excited to get into this moment today. If you are joining me live and you're in real time, we are a little bit far back, but that's because as a family we are going to an event today, and I had to get everyone together so that as soon as my moment is over, we can run and jump to the event. So it is a lot. It's Mommy Mercy times two. Not only is it Sunday, but you bear with me and clicked your notification when it came in, because at the 10 o'clock hour, child, I was still in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Probably wasn't actually in this hour, but I had to do my bars. Love and light to you all. Good morning. Hey, Mr. Carter. My homie's in the building. So grateful to see you. So happy to that you're here. Always giving love and thanks for you. So we are in a 4 week. We're in another four week course series. We just finished up last week a 4 week course series. It zoomed by. These months are like days. Okay, it zoomed by. We were in a moments of momentum. We came out of a long manifestation series before that, a long 42 Principles of My Yacht series before that, and we've done a couple of mini series coming up, and that's what we've been working on. So in the past 4 weeks, again, moments in motion, and we talked about coming in off of the high and enthusiasm of a new year and keeping the momentum, gathering and keeping the momentum towards goals and ambitions and endeavors and dreams coming true. Okay, we worked on that. Today, we start a 4 course series, 4 weeks of a brand new series, which is Springing Forward. We will be talking about blossoming, balancing, benefiting, and becoming. Blossoming, balancing, benefiting, and becoming. We'll have 4 weeks of that, springing forward. The seasons are changing, the times are changing, the snow is melting, and it is time for us to melt some inhibitions, right? It is time for us to say, let's go ahead and grow out into where we're going. So today's episode is entitled The Blessing and the Blossom. The blossom and the blossom, as we will be focusing on blossoming today. So as we move through, let me make sure I don't have any birthday shout outs, as I want to, because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? What are we in, March? Okay. Big birthday shout out to Marvelous, my nephew Marvelous. I love you, King Marvelous. Birthday shout out, that was the 14th. Rebirth day of transition for my goddaughter Naiwa. I want to send love and light to my bestie for all her strength and her power, year after year after year of remembering and loving our beloved Naiwa. So give love and light to all of that. And it's Pisces season. No, we're Aries season. Did we move over? I think we're moving over. Oh, we're moving over next week. Next week we move over into Aries season. So I think Pisces, y'all got a little bit more time to swim upstream, downstream, upstream, downstream. Okay, y'all got it. But happy birthday. I'm always going to celebrate life. I'm always going to celebrate love. I'm always going to celebrate you being a human being, not a human doing, up in here being your greatest self. So happy birthday light to you all. Now, blessing in the blossom. Super excited to get into this because, again, we're talking about the momentum. We're talking about when the year after the new year and all those big vibes and all that new excitement goes down, we start to hit some pitfalls, some standstills, some lack of motion. So we talked about how to get the momentum when things are not moving the way you intended. Things are not going the way you wanted them to go. How do you stay centered and moving? We did that in the last 4 week coursework, and now that you are moving, right? Now that you have gathered and gained tools and ability to keep it moving, How are we going to move into growth? Again, how are we going to embrace growth against adversity, against all odds, against what it looks like, against naysayers? How are we going to go inside of ourselves to find the best place to grow from? Because no one can stop your growth except for you. And there's some key components to where growth is stalling or where growth is being diverted, avoided. And so we're going to get into that today, the blessing and the blossom. We all know that growth is a process. Some parts of it are exciting and exuberating, full of hope, right, and faith. And some parts are plumb plain out scary, just debilitating. Brand new, new levels, new people, new environments, new versions of yourself can be very scary. So we are going to stick to the blessing today, the blessings in the blossom, so that we are never diverted, we are never distracted, we are never dismayed from the beauty in your process. Your process is beautiful, and so are you. And we're going to keep it moving. Hi, at peace, and welcome to a moment of harmony. You are welcome here in positivity. You are welcome here in growth and abundance. Anything else is just going to go towards our algorithm. But we love you so much, and thank you for coming in. So, blessing in the blossom, okay? Um, we're gonna go through, what did I come up? 4 components. I came up with 4. Oh, look at that, 4. And we're going into April, which is the 4 month. 4 has been a big number for me in the past couple of weeks. I'm a numbers girl. I'm a signs girl. I'm a synchronicities girl. I'm an energy girl. So 4 has been a big number. And then look, bam, not even unbeknownst to myself, I done put together 4 components for today's moment. So are we ready? Are you ready? Let's be ready. Okay. Blossom, the blessings in the blossom. This is for us to not get deterred from the blossom no matter what is going on, to be able to acknowledge, accept, and ignite the blessing as you are growing, the blessing in your growth. Okay, now we're springing forward. This is 4 weeks of springing forward, and today's session is all about the blossom, blessings in the blossom. Okay. The first part, so I talked about so as we go through this moment, we'll talk the process of a blossom, the process of a blossoming, the process of growing, the process of becoming, right, unfolding. Who? It sounds so beautiful. It sounds all like enlightened and full and exciting, but child, that unfolding is arduous. It can be painful, it can be scary, but it is always full of a beautiful result for you, a beautiful becoming for you, and most importantly, a beautiful right now in the process. So we're going to focus on all 4 processes of the blossoming. The first part is the soil grade, our environment for growth. We're going to get into that environment, child, because a lot of us want to grow and we want to grow things and we think that we can grow anything, anywhere. Child, your environment has to be conducive to the vision. We're going to get into that. Then we're going to talk about planting ourselves. And a lot of people feel like planting is like just investing what we put into things. But oh, that planting process is much more intricate, much more spiritual than that. So then we're going to talk about the growth process, that part that everybody's always excited about. Oh, I'm growing, I'm investing in myself. And we're going to talk about with that growth process, the endurance of that, the tenacity of that, the integrity of growth, what it really entails, and how to hold on to it. No worries. And then we're going to close out at the end of this hour with the blossoming and the blooming, the part you've been waiting for, right? The part that you're holding back. The world tells you you're not ready to do. You're not sure if you're ready to do it. You're not sure if you're ready for what comes with your next level of growth. The responsibility, the attention, the newness, the shedding of old, the gaining of new. There is blessings and beauty in the blossom. And we want to remember that every single step of the way, because we're springing forward, right? We made all these big plans at the beginning of the year. It was so exciting for a while. Things started to look a lot like last year. Child got us down a little bit. We got into our momentum, and now we are getting into the springing forward. We're getting into the blossom of things. So, first part of the blossom, the soil grade. This is so exciting, right? Because the soil grade is exciting because a lot of people, we have this saying that when life is happening to us, we want to be planted and not buried. We want to use our circumstances, we want to use those things that have happened to us, things that have, just shake us up a bit, our lessons. We want to use those things, not lose those things, and certainly not be buried or suffocated by the circumstances of life. So we talk often in a moment of harmony of how to turn things around, transform negative energy into positive energy, count it all joy. Okay, we talk a lot about how to count it all joy. Kelly Price, count it all joy, right? Um, but I want us to step a little process, go back just one more process before you get into your planting phase, before you talk about, well, how I'm going to take all this stuff and do all of these things with what I've been given. Before that, when you have made up your mind that I want to grow something, I want to grow myself, I want to grow my health, I want to grow my lifestyle, I want to grow children, I want to grow my career, I want to grow spiritually. I want to grow. I want to grow. I want to transform. I want to become better. I have all these goals. I've learned how to move them out of stuck places. And now I want to nurture them, cultivate them, allow them to bloom and blossom. The first thing, not the planting. First thing, a lot of us like, I got to put these seeds in there, right? I got to put it in my journal. I have to get an accountability partner. The seeds are not the first thing. A lot of times we feel stuck and we feel stagnant and we feel unmotivated and we get discouraged because we are trying to plant in a season that requires harvest, or we're trying to plant in a season, for example, that requires rest. You're trying to be ambitious when life is calling for rest, right? Where the story has been written and you trying to just rewrite it instead of being able to be receptive and open to your process, not your neighbor's process, not your twin sibling, not your parents, not your mate, but being open to your process. What is it that you're trying to grow for you? And the first question is, what environment does it require? And I'll give you a real life example, right? Back in 2022, my life went through a shakedown. I call it a shakedown. I always use the analogy of the bully on the playground takes the kids by their ankle, shakes them upside down to make everything drop out of their pockets and all their belongings drop to the ground. I was in a shakedown, child. You know what I'm saying? Fighting for my life. And I was so, I mean, the emotions, the rock bottomness, all of the what is happening. I was winning, right? I was making money. I was running organization. I was in the runnings of organizational endeavors. Like my dreams were coming true. My children were growing, and then all of a sudden, the shakedown. Everything I knew, as I knew it, was different. Everything was changing. My intimate and close partner relationships, my friendships, my connections, my vocations. It was just like, I mean, every every way I defined myself was being redefined in that season. Child, it was a time, but I grew. I blossomed through that. Not survived it, not endured it. That's the part of growing things that we want to make sure we're not doing. We're not just buckling down and getting through. We are growing and transforming and transitioning. The quicker you learn, the quicker you leave, okay? The quicker you learn in a season that is difficult for you, the quicker you leave in the season that is difficult for you, because you grow through it. You don't go through it. If you go through it, you go through it again. But if you grow through it, you elevate to another level. So, the example that I'm giving about the shakeup, right? The shakeup was where I was in my life as a very creative and talented young woman on my way to forever. You know what I'm saying? Sky's the limit, options galore. Um, I would have taken everyone with me. Wherever life was taking me, whatever source energy was, doors were opening up for me, whatever platforms and stages and places in life that were for me, I was taking everyone. Even those I know that will be anchors, even those I know that will be quicksand, even those I know that I would have to guard myself against envy, resentment, rivalry. I mean, even those people that show blatant neglect or being unsupportive and illness and unwellness and unprepared for my next level of growth. Follow me? I was going to take, before the shakedown, I felt like you got this, girl. The gifts are on you. You've been instilled and you've been invested upon by source energy and greatness and grandness, and you can take everyone to the top. Your friends, your connections, your family members. You are put them on. Let's go. I was willing and ready to take everyone to places that I was only being qualified to be in. Hey, DJ, run it back. I was willing to take everyone that I loved, everyone that needed, that I felt needed or dependent on me, and I was willing to carry a load to the top, okay, figuratively speaking, to the top because I loved and valued people in my life that weren't qualified, though, for the top. Places that I was personally being qualified for, I was willing to risk the weight. And I mean being weighted. I mean being exploited. I mean being stretched. I mean being um, manipulated or used, exploited, right? I was still willing in my heart and my love and loyalty and obligation to take those with me where I was going. Creator said, no, 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 right? The shakedown. I'm thinking that it's a punishment, and actually it is progress, right? It is what I thought was a punishment was perseverance or preserving me. Sometimes your no is covering you. Sometimes this closed door is keeping you from jumping out into a dead end. I was being preserved at a time that I felt like I was being punished, and it was because the blessings that were in store for me. This is what I'm saying to you. The blessings that are in store for you can be cultivated only in a certain environment. Why give you things that you need where you're going to allow other people to destroy? You're going to allow the influence or the opinions or the low vibration of others to intercede. Big things are coming for you. It's not that people will not benefit. It's not that you can't change the lives of the ones that you loved, but no one is going to give you blessings that will be easily destroyed. It wasn't the right environment. As a doula, I talk to women all the time about their body being a temple and the perfect environment for growing a child. A lot of times, just because you have a womb or a uterus does not mean your body is an ideal environment for the growth of life. We think that because we have dreams, because we have ideas, because we have motivation. We think our lives are a perfect environment for producing next levels of self. Your soil grade is of the utmost importance when it comes to growth. Why even plant something in an environment where it will not grow, where it will be compromised, well, it will be traumatized? Why do that? And so you're sitting there saying, I want to get past these stuck places in my life. I want to get past this hamster wheel, these repeated cycles. I'm ready for the next level, but is your environment ready for the next level? Are you trying to grow a garden in a desert? Your grade soil. This is what happens before planting in agriculture. Before planting, the soil grade has to be evaluated. Is it soft enough? Is it also firm enough? Is it receptive enough? Is it what is it, fertile enough? Is there enough here to grow what needs to be grown? Is it in the right position for sunlight? In a good, I have plants in the house that can't get direct sunlight, and some who need to be right under the sun, right? Are the what you're trying to grow in your life, what you're trying to create for yourself, do you have the environment that matches the manifestation? Or are you saying, please give me new opportunities that I'm just going to freak myself out about with um, insecurities, right? A low self esteem. Are you going to give me a relationship? Are you going to give me circumstances that I'm just going to destroy with my trauma and unhealed wounds? Are you going to give me opportunities that I'm just going to psych myself out about as far as self sabotage and reckless behavior? Do you have the environment before you even get to your blossom? Wanting is not good enough. Desiring, even desperation, isn't good enough to grow and blossom major blessings. What is cultivating and maintaining the appropriate environment for things to grow in. I tell my children all the time, they think like, Mom, they always call me extra. But I'm always like, if they're yelling, this is not an environment for growth. If I hear them backbiting, name calling, I don't play any of that in my house. Because not because they aren't siblings and people aren't going to go through altercations with one another. All that's going to happen. Life is going to life. But we need an environment where growth and healing are abundant. And they're not abundant in the you shut up, you stupid this, you ugly. How is she going to? I tell them, I have a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old child. Sometimes okay, my blessing is that they are opposite gender, so they chill out sometimes. But whew, but there are times when my 19-year-old wants to get a point across, and he can be, child, you know what I'm saying? He can be a real Gemini about it, okay, for all those that's following. And I will say to him, how does what you said to her heal her, though? How is that healing? How is that productive? How is that progressive? I understand that you're frustrated. I understand you want her to say, think, do something different. But how is what you said going to be fertile for her? Or how is what you said damaging? And our environment has to be reflected in that way. How is what I'm watching, what I'm eating, what I'm listening to, who I'm sitting around, what I'm giving my energy to or my attention to, shall I say? How is it fertile versus how is it damaging and destructive? There is no neutrality when it comes to big gains and big growth and big things. Now, neutrality is for mediocrity. So if you're in a space of mediocrity, you just want calm, you don't have nothing that you're working towards, you don't have anything worth fighting for, and you don't have nothing that you're holding on to, neutrality. Okay, but if you are going for big things, especially in the current climate that we are in, the state of urgency that we're in for wellness, for wholeness, for evolution, for elevation, for us to be in this space and state with the current administration, and then add on that if you are a person of color, if you are a person of damage damaging history in the place that you are trying to grow the most in, right? Neutrality is not going to work for you. Neutrality for mediocrity. But if you are going somewhere big, ensure that you are not getting anything started in an environment that won't grow your blessings. A relationship that is demeaning and abusive and confusing, it will not grow your blessings. A job that does not see you, hear you, value you, prioritize your gifts, your talents, and your growth will not be a place to cultivate your blessings. Being in a place where you have to survive is not the same as being in a place where you can grow, where you can blossom. This is how we have old 70-year-olds and not elder or mature or wise 70-year-olds. Being in an environment where you can grow, where you can survive, being in an environment that you have to survive is not the same as being in an environment where you can grow. Cultivate. If you want to find the blessing in your blossom, cultivate prioritize, maintain environments where your blessings can grow. I've been able to tell people, don't take it personal. It's not personal, it's purposeful, right? Don't take it personal. It's not personal, it's purposeful. My blessings just can't grow here. They can't grow under your leadership, or they can't grow under this connection. They can't grow under this information. They can't grow under this energy. The things that I am putting into self, the ground, the things that I am cultivating, the things that I'm spending time and energy, they can't grow in an environment of lack and confusion and lack of direction. They can't grow in an environment of recycled wounds and perpetual patterns of destruction. They can't grow here. It's sorry, mama, sorry, friend, that I can't stay at this event. Many apologies that I won't make it out to this thing. Sorry that I will not enroll in this class. Sorry that I will not participate in this program. It's nothing personal. It's all purposeful. My blessings can't grow here. I don't like the way that I'm talked to. I don't like the way that I'm treated. I don't like the way that how I'm seen or lack thereof. I don't like the way that I'm undervalued, and my blessings, they can't grow here. Again, I'm in a garden, and I need a gardener, right? Not somebody just, again, we talked about that last time, not a picker. Don't put me in a vase. Don't plant me in a desert. That's not good for me. I need rich soil and intentional gardening. Your blessings, your vision, it needs a rich soil and intentional gardening. Change the environment. Sometimes we get rid of the blessing. We give up on we get rid of the dream. We give up on the dream. We give up on the vision. And sometimes it's not the vision that needs to be changed, it's the soil, it's the environment. Too much sun, too much water, too little water, too much attention, too little attention. Sometimes it's not the dream that's wrong. It's not the ideas that are wrong. It's not the desire that's wrong. It's the environment. You're casting your pearls, what they say, you're casting your pearls on swine. You're pouring, like Londrell, you are pouring into you're planting your flowers into a broken vase and pouring water. You're watering flowers in a broken vase. It's not the ideal environment for growth. So before we even get into the planting of ourselves to grow, that environment, it will get you every time. You'll say, oh, Creator, why are you denying me? Why are you holding me back? When is it going to be my turn? Why haven't you allowed for me to have this? Why don't I get to keep? Why don't I get to get? Why don't I get to be? And it's not you, boo. You don't live. You don't have an environment, whether it is your mind, whether it is your body and the health of it, whether it's the company you keep, whether it's the people in your family, maybe it's who you're married to, who you're connected to, who you're affiliated with. Whatever it is, it's not an ideal place for your blessing, and therefore your blessing won't meet you in the season you are in. Change the place, receive the blessing. Check your soil. This is what I want to grow mentally. Oh my goodness. I had a massive blessing before the year started. And I had so many ideas. And when I tell you, the things started to come at me left and right to discourage. And the next thing I know, I was battling with depression and fear and frustration and just all the stuff was getting to me about the decisions that were before me. And quickest way to block your blessing is to create an environment where it is not welcome. Quickest way to block your blessing is to create an environment where it is not welcome. Shout out to the honey goddess who taught us you don't have to make it happen. You just have to make it welcome. It sounds simple, ooh, but it's not, okay? So Your blessing is in the blossom. Get that soil grade together, boo boo, before you start growing things. Make sure it's what perfect environment. Greenhouse, okay? This my house is a greenhouse. It is built for the growing of blessings. It is built for the survival of dreams. Be in that space with yourself. Be in that space with reality. Next part. So we checked our soil. We changed the environment. We created the ideal conditions for growing and evolution. What about the planting? Now we have to plant. Now it is time to put the seeds, aka the work. Now it is time for us to put the work in. This is the planting. This is the investing. This is the investment of self. This is the investment of others. Planting your seeds. Now, a lot of times when it comes to the planting part, we feel like it is a bunch of acts of commitment. Fasting, praying, other rituals, possibly going to church every, so often, or meeting up with friends and making vision boards. We feel like the work are acts or patterns of consistency towards a goal. Now, I believe in those being contributors of the work. I believe you have to do something. You have to write it out. You got to believe it. You have to see it. You have to enact upon it. But when we're talking about planting and we're talking about work, we are also talking greatly about intentionally putting yourself into your vision in whatever way you can. So yes, I can manifest it. I can vision board it. I can pray about it. I can fast about it. Beautiful. But when you are, it is this hard and I want to say arduous, but it is this arduous, same thing, necessity. It's an arduous necessity to put yourself into you plant yourself into your dream. That means signing up for those classes. That means going to take those exams. That means going to get that certification. That means going to have those consultations, signing yourself up in that dream. Yes, Moments of Momentum was about keeping it going, and now that it's starting to flow, how do you plant yourself? Times that you could be hanging out drinking, you're working out, or you're getting extra rest, or you're putting together a plan. The planting. People may be saying, girl, all you do is work. Girl, all you do is do, the kids, all you do is create. And I'm planting. I'm planting. It's not that I don't want to have fun. It's not that I don't want to live it up, okay? It's not that and also sometimes the planting is in the other direction, or the lack of planting is fear, is intrepidation, is intimidation. Peace, beloved, and welcome. Is intimidation. You're too afraid to assert yourself. You're too afraid to put yourself in a place of a position of winning. You don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. You don't want to go against the grain. You don't want to know what people are going to think about it. Plant yourself, child. And I don't say child. I don't say child insultingly, or as some type of subordinate, some type of hierarchy. I'm from the South, and we say child. Okay, so that's what I mean when I say that. I have to clear that up because I don't want nobody thinking child. We all are being divine beings. You are a divine being. I'm a divine being, and I honor you as such. Okay. But what I'm saying in the South, we say child, okay? I tell they're actually children. But I tell people, like, come on now, get it together, right? So, plant yourself. Thank you. Plant yourself in positions of growth. Plant yourself in positions of growth. This is what we mean. Not just rituals, not just acts. Well, I've been writing this thing. I've been doing it. No, let's go. You may, again, go ahead, do the workout. It's planting. Go ahead and enroll in the course. It's planting. Get certified. It's planting. Take the time to self. It's planting. Reorganize, outline, construct, blueprint. Planting. Right? I'm sorry, y'all. Something making me feel like I have to sneeze a little bit on this side. We'll see what happens. Okay? Once we know that our soil is ideal, I now have the ideal environment. I'm not in a destructive, I don't have destructive or toxic circles, friendships, connections, relationships. I have an ideal environment to grow my blessings. Now it's time for me to plant myself in a position for my blessings. I'm networking differently. I'm socializing differently. I'm watching. I could be watching some stuff that makes me laugh, and nothing is wrong with that. But I'm also making sure I'm on YouTube University and I'm learning new skills and I'm teaching myself and I'm growing myself. I am planting. Girl, what you doing always reading something? Planting. Girl, what you doing always trying to figure something out? Planting. What you trying this new thing? Planting. Going to this new class? Planting. Going to this event that you saw online for up and coming entrepreneurs or up and coming light workers? Planting. This just what is it? What is it called? I'm drawing a blank now. I can hear it, but it's not coming. But going into these processes or going through this literacy, that's what it said. Financial literacy course, planting. I am not just saying, give me a new career. Take me in a new direction. Allow me to use my talents. Help me to be a better version of myself. Let me be healthier and better. Let me have healthier, safer connections. I'm not just out here yelling at the universe to give me, give me, give me. I am working with the universe in the planting to receive me, receive me, receive me. Receive my opening. Receive my gifts. Receive my intention and my energy of elevation. I am not. I am planting myself in position. Yes, I wish I could hang out with y'all tonight, booby, but I'm planting. And don't get me wrong, because sometimes what balance, okay? I keep saying with my 40th year, hindsight is 2020, child, okay? Balance, um, sometimes in the balance, sometimes it is going out that gives you a little planting yourself in a better position, letting your hair down, letting go of some of your stress, for being reminded that you are loved and that you are extraordinary and that you have fun and enlightenment and joy and hope still in you. Okay, it's not all about the grind, it's about the balance of your time. Okay, Ashe, bars. So um planting yourself in a position is the next step in the finding the blessing in the bloom. I want to make sure I am not just wanting. I'm not just visioning boarding myself. I am not all again great tools. Tools. Great tools. But we want to use tools to become. What are you becoming? Are you becoming someone who goes to bed at a more decent time? Are you becoming someone who changes and is more intentional about the music that they're listening to and the influence that it has on their mood and their mind? Are you becoming someone who's more intentional about what you're learning and cultivating within your spirit and in your thought frequency to create what's coming around you? Are you becoming, right? Planting yourself in the position to grow. Not just using tools, not just collecting data, but putting yourself in a position. So now, when you get to the part of the planting, it takes your investment, it takes your energy. And I'm going to say, hey, you getting frustrated. I got these goals, child. I have these things I'm moving towards. I have these areas I'm working towards. And why is it not growing? And why is it not coming? And it's because, again, first, is your environment going to destroy whatever is sent to you that is a blessing? If that's the case, the blessing is not welcome, it will not stay, or it will not come. So then you get the blessings, right? You get the energy, you get the downloads, you get the insight, you get the ideas, you get the circles. The blessings come. Now you plant. Now you make sure you work. I saw a post the other day. It said when God gives you the ball, ball. Now I know everyone has a different name that they call source energy. You are, this is a welcome and safe space for light and love and light, child. Whatever you working with, if it's positive, it works here. Okay. Um, but I saw I don't, the terminology, the energy is what my focus mainly is. I understand the terminology and language and history and culture, child, all of it. So the guy gives you the ball. So planning yourself means when opportunities are coming your way, you're putting yourself in a position to ball. You're putting yourself in a position to receive. You're putting yourself in a position of openness. You're not playing with foolishness. You're not taking unnecessary risks or reckless actions on yourself or around yourself. You're intentionally planting. Where? What season? Where, when, how am I going into this? Plant yourself. Plant is the work. Planting is the work. I've kept the environment. I got rid of the toxic people. And now it's time for me to work. Now it is time for me to affirm myself. Now it is time for me to um, put protein and vitamins in my smoothies in the morning. It's time for me to lock into these walks. It's time for me to get into these reading, these environments, these book clubs, and just all aspects of growth. I am planting. I am planting. So, and again, sometimes, I'm just going to reiterate before we move on to the next part. Sometimes the lack of planting is your own insecurity and self-doubt or influence of external influences. You don't feel strong enough to do that with this job. You don't feel capable enough to do that around this person. The people around you see you a certain way and you've made certain mistakes. So how can you fully plant yourself into a process of growth and regrowth and rebirth? Sometimes it is that. And sometimes it is, again, just the abuse and the environment of a society structured as ours that continuously let you know you are not worthy to be planted. You cannot be planted. I mean, force and interference and disruption, distraction, destruction, uh, you know, uh, addictions to vices and behaviors that don't serve you. All of that keeps you or interferes with the planting. I'm planting. Oh, why you don't hang out with these people? Planting. Why you stop drinking? You stop smoking? Planting. I am planting so that I can begin to grow and blossom into my becoming. I am planting so that I can begin to grow differently and not survive, grow. I am planting so that I can grow differently and blossom into my becoming. So the next part, we checked our soil grade. We made sure that we're in the perfect environment for new blessings can grow. My blessings can grow here. My nervous system is safe here. My dreams, my vulnerabilities are safe, are good for this type of environment. All that's going to be needed for me to grow better and better and bigger. I can do that here, right? We changed the soil. We made a receptive environment for blessings, and then we begin to plan ourselves differently. We invested in ourselves. We connected with the right opportunities and the right places, and we put ourselves out there in a positive and intelligent and intentional ways, not in desperation or recklessness, right? Now we have to grow. Now it's time to grow, child. And this is the part that seems like, yes, I've been waiting to grow. This whole thing has been about growth. This whole process has been about growing. I know you've been waiting on it, but let's get into how to keep on growing, going through what you're growing through, right? Or growing through what you're going through. I should turn that around. The growth part is not as simple. It is not as whimsical and fantastical as a lot of us growers, light seekers, seekers of enlightenment and elevation like to make it seem like. Okay, is it necessary? Yes. Is it beautiful? Absolutely. Is it spiritual? Of course. Is it easy? Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But we are going towards our blossom. There are blessings in your blossom. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. like again, as a doula and as a mother who have given birth to 5 people, that growing process, it has its little peaks, right? And it has its valleys. So when it comes to growing, I want us to think about grass, actually grass, a plant, a flower, actually under the soil, and what that process must be like to break soil. To break soil, to be in an environment where you don't really have to push, shed, bend, contort, and you all you have to do is kind of just straighten and go. And then you hit a ceiling or you hit a level in your life that is going to require you to break through, not grow through, break through. Imagine that to be extremely arduous. Think about when a baby tooth comes in through the gum, when babies are teething. Come on, because it is difficult. You're talking about something that has to pierce, something that has to shift through a gum line. It's painful, it's uncomfortable, and it's brand new. And I have a 7-year-old, and she's been losing teeth. Okay, she is a snag of toothing, but she told you. But as the teeth coming in, sometimes they don't even look like they're going to be straight right away because it is going through a process of pushing through. When we talk about labor and delivery, it's one thing when you're in labor all that time and contractions and contractions and contractions. But when that baby is ready to break from the spiritual into the physical, it's not, there's no feeling like it in the world. They use it in the medical or birthing terminology. They call it the ring of fire. That's what it's called when your baby starts to crown as a woman, the ring of fire. And the reason it is called that is because that breakthrough is a serious breakthrough. And we can think about 100 other analogies where something is on one side and the only way to get to the other side, to come into actualization, to come into existence, is to break through a barrier. And the barrier in growth is your former self. The barrier in growth are your former characteristics or behaviors, our family patterns or curses or chains. The barrier you are breaking through to grow into your next version is your former self. And the thoughts that didn't serve you. It is the patterns that you were taught and you have to unlearn. It is the self-doubt. It is the wounds of abuse and exploitation. It is breaking through to the side of you that operates in peace, that operates in wellness, that operates in honesty and order and balance. Not the side of you that survived your childhood, that survived reality. But now you are breaking through from the survivor to the creator. And for people who are not comfortable with the term that you are the creator, Jianyame, one with creation, co-creator, call yourself that. Whatever floats your boat, as long as your boat is floating into a safe direction. That's my point, my goal, right? Now, so you planted yourself and now you have to grow what you've planted. You've put yourself in better environments. You have invested. You took the courses. You did the work. And now you have to be who you have wanted to be. You got the ball and you better ball. It's one thing when I had to stretch and I had to practice to get on the court. And it's another thing when I had to go show my goods to the coach and I had to get trained to get on the court. It's a whole nother ball game, pun intended, when I'm actually on the court, ball in hand. Now I have to push. It's not time to practice. It's not time to prepare. It is now time to win. This is the growing process. And the growing process looks like you may not be winning this. Again, imagine that caterpillar morphing into a butterfly inside of a cocoon and breaking out wings you've never had before. parts of your body you've never used before, breaking through. My 19-year-old has just gotten into a big workout regimen. And he walking around here, he is always in pain, right? He stops, he gets his break days, and then he goes hard. He's getting better, he's getting stronger, but he's doing some Epsom salt baths and things. And I let him know the pain you are feeling is the actual ripping of your muscles coming back together to make you stronger. You feel like you're hurting. You feel like you're losing. You feel like you made a big mistake by going harder on yourself. But what you are actually feeling is the processing. You are feeling the growth. Keep in mind when it starts to feel like, oh, this is a lot more painful. This marriage thing, no, this ain't no joke. Right? This entrepreneurial thing, oh my goodness. This student thing, this healing thing, this wellness thing, this positivity, this focus, this mature, responsible thing. This is some hard stuff. Your blessings are in your blossoming. Everything you're working for is coming to you. Keep going. Everything that you are praying for, it's on its way. Keep going. All the positions you put yourself in to be someone different, you are becoming. Shortly, you will look up, my love. You will see yourself. You will pause from the elliptical machine of life, and you will say, Harpo, who this woman? Okay, you will have something, or who this man? You know, I know it's not only women. My homeboy always is watching all day, and I have a lot of loved ones that are not females that I know watch my moments, and I love you, brothers. I love you, kings, and I love my sisters, and I love the queens as well. So love you guys. Listen, but you would say, Harpo, who this person? That's what we should say, okay? Who is this person making different decisions, not easily influenced, feeling things differently, not as bothered or um, not as triggered, right? Who is this person who has different ideas, different desires? Who is this person that I've allowed myself to grow into? I did not stop when it got hard, that surface. I have to break through. The Kingsman, being noble. What did they say? One of my favorite quotes from the Kingsman. Being noble is not about being superior to your fellow man. It is about being superior to your former self. The breakthrough. Okay? The breakthrough. The ceiling, the breakthrough that happens in your blossoming is you breaking through who you used to be, the type of people you used to date, the type of attention you used to seek, the things you used to partake in, the ways you used to talk to yourself, handle yourself, deal with yourself, the things you believed in, subscribed to, gave your time and attention to, breaking through that, coming through, coming to terms with who hurt you and who helped you and who coming to terms, growing into who you are today. It's to grow through. It's to grow through to get through. And that is a part of blossoming where most people get lost and left and they never blossom. Your blessing is in your blossom. Don't give up until your beauty, don't give up, okay? Keep going until you're beautiful blossoming of self. You have bigger dreams. You have a clearer reality. What did we talk about last moment? Your forecast is favorable, beloved. Do not give up until you are in the favorable seasons. And still, don't give up. Don't stop moving until your seasons look more and more favorable. Grow through it. I signed up for this, but boy, is this looking differently than I intended on it to look. Boy, is this requiring more of me than I ever signed up to give. Boy, is this making me go into places I haven't been in my childhood, remember things, recall things, pay attention to things I am not even comfortable being present in. Grow through it. Grow through it. You're blossoming. This was what you signed up for when you started to make sure you had fertile ground. You signed up for the planting. That part was kind of fun. because it seemed ambitious and you were taking new steps and you felt like a new you. Well, guess what, new you? You're going to go through the growing part that's a lot less glamorous. The growing part is withdrawing from the things that you are addicted to. The growing part is denying the desires that are low vibrational, full of lust, full of desperation, full of pain. That's the growing part. And baby, that's not fun, but necessary and worthy. And when you come out on the other side, when that little baby two peeps, when that breakthrough finally happens, that piece, that plant starts to come up out of the ground, that crowning hurts like, oh my goodness, but then when that head comes out and you just who can take a breath, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. What if I would have given up? As a doula, I watch women literally, good thing women don't have that option, but it never fails. Right as labor is progressing to the end, I will watch them endure, hours, breathing, walking. And when the moment has come, the hour of power, I watch them give up spiritually every time. That's why you always need to do it. Give up. I can't do this. I'm not doing this. Bobo, you crowning. We doing this. But you feel like, because of how intense it gets at the growth, and then when it comes out, you almost stop. They can't stop it. But when you're in that much of a intensity, you wish. That's all you can do is wish and hope. But good thing women can't stop it, because a lot of them would. I wish I could. Right? Wish you could go back. Can't. It's happening. But here's the thing about real life. A lot of times you can stop your blessings right at peak season. You can stop breakthroughs right as they are happening, right as they are on their way. You can give up on the most painful, the most intense, the most uncomfortable times of your life, because they are not what you've ever experienced before, and they feel like, or is it going to be worth the blessing? I am here on a Moment of Harmony on an extraordinary Sunday. It's a little gray, it's extraordinary nonetheless. Talking to my extraordinary exchangers, saying, yes, it's coming. You've already started it. We're halfway there. You crowning, boo. Let it happen. Let it happen. Because what's going to happen on the other side of this growth room, what's going to happen with you pushing through the fear, with you pushing through the uncomfortability, pushing through the vulnerability, pushing through the influence, the noise of others. What's going to happen on the other side is your blossoming. You've been watered for this, prepared. You've been sunlight. The sun has come up and down on this situation to grow you in a certain direction. Life experiences. It's been happening all this time for this moment right here. But I can't do it. But it's too hard. But it's the worst. It is the darkest before dawn. Okay? Your breakthrough, your blossoming is on the other side of this version of you. You've given up before. You know what will happen. You slowed down before. You know what will happen. You've doubted yourself before. You know what will happen. You've sabotaged yourself before. You know what will happen. But have you broken through yourself? You don't know what's going to happen. Have you come to the other side of self? You're not aware of what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you this, my love. Just know it's worth it. It's worth it. Keep growing through it. Keep praying through it. Keep working through it. Keep planting through it. Keep living and learning and being open and forgiving and recovering through the breakthrough, because what you have waiting for you is the most incredible version of you. Oh, I be thinking, Harmony, you over there, girl? I'm trying. It's a lot to get to you, but I'm coming. Don't you worry about it. I'm coming for you, shorty. We coming. I'm making my way all the way to the top just for you. And when it gets dark and it gets lonely and it gets confusion and it gets frustrating and it gets painful, I got to call out to her on the other side. Harmony on the other side. harmony on the win, harmony in the growth, harmony in the elder, harmony in the understanding, harmony in the 2020 of it. And I say, girl, they tripping on this side. It's hard on this side. It's crazy on this side. What the heck just happened on this side? It's retrograding over here. But here's the thing. I'm coming for you, shorty, because you're worth it. I'm not giving up. I'm staying tuned to this process. I'm keeping us healthy. I'm keeping us strong. I'm keeping us vibrant. I'm keeping us focused because I'm coming for the other side of me. Go get the other side of you. Break through that. I know it hurts. Easier said than done. It's difficult. It's confusing. It's constant. It's relentless. But so are you. So are you. I promise you. So are you. We're still going to a goblin. You know what I'm saying? Coming for you, shorty. Don't worry. I got you, Harmony. In this life and the next. I got you, girl. And this is what I want you to say for yourself. This is what I want you to give to yourself. I don't know if I can take this leap of faith. I don't know if I can make this investment. I don't know if I can make this happen. I have all the excuses in the world, right? You have children, you have your health, you have money, you have people need you, family, friends, circumstance. You got all the reasons to not break through that other side of you. And you got one big reason too. And that's the you that's waiting on you on the other side. On the other side of confusion, on the other side of abuse, on the other side of poverty, on the other side of deception, on the other side of oppression. There's a you that's waiting on you that can't go nowhere till you get there. So go for yourself. Go and grow through it. Old version into your new version. Now, we're going to get ready to get out of here. Oh, I went longer than I thought. I didn't feel like that long. It always happens like that. So let's get out of here very quickly, okay? The blossom. Boom. Or the bloom. However you choose to whatever works best for you. Because I know brothers might not want to blossom, okay? Maybe y'all want to bloom. Maybe you don't like that either. But it's an analogy, okay? Blossom or the bloom. You checked your soil and your grade of soil, and you made sure it was receptive and it was nutrient rich for the growing of your blessings. And then you planted yourself in better positions. You put yourself in the right circles. You took the right steps throughout your routine. You changed your daily lifestyle habits, and you got into the point where I am planting myself. I am no longer just wishing and hoping, but I am working. The work is happening. Going to therapy, go whatever you have to do, the work is happening. And then when you started doing the work, you started to sprout, you were happy about it, things were starting to change, you felt like a new you, and you realized that you're not getting to the other side without breaking through some of the most painful, restricting versions and patterns of yourself. And you said, "Ooh, this is hard," but you keep it going. You don't give up because you got yourself on the other side saying, "Come on over here." You want wealth. You want work-life balance. You want freedom. You want to use your gifts and your talents as you were created to use them. You want to be a better version of yourself. You don't want to grow like the people you grew up under, and you want to be somebody different. So that version said, "Break through. Come on through on the other side. I know it hurts. I know it's strange. I know it's uncomfortable. Keep it moving." And then you keep it moving. And then here comes the blossom. This is the part right here. This is the becoming. This is the not just becoming. This is not just wanting to be divine entity, feminine, this is speaking for myself, feminine divine energy in her power and her knowing, sitting amongst all of the things that have come into her life and sorting and shifting through them accordingly. What can I use? What should be thrown away? What is a part of my lesson? What is a part of my blessing? And amplifying and transforming them as necessary. Now that I'm doing that, this is when I look up and I have become, I glow differently, I think differently, I move, I am blossoming, I'm in my blossom. The air feels different outside. This is me walking, saying that I almost listened, I almost gave up, I almost didn't make it. I told myself, one more heartbreak, girl. I told myself, one more closed door, child, right? I told myself, if you don't make it by this time, if it doesn't happen here, I almost. But look at me now. Uh, Look at me now, right? You get to the blossoming. Some of us aren't there yet. We're on our way, and that's totally fine. Some of us are beginning to peak. That bud is coming. You've seen a flower where the green bud is closed and you see it open. You start to see what color the flower is. Some of you are just starting to see what color you're going to be. Give thanks. Some of you are just saying, I didn't know what kind of flower I was going to become after all of this, after this storm, after this what is it, irrigation. I didn't know what I was going to become after all of this happened up in this garden. Okay? And now I'm starting to see. I can see clearly now the rain is gone, right? We said that in the last moment. I can start to see my color. I start to see my bloom. I can start to feel me change. I can understand myself differently. I understand the world differently. I see things differently, and I'm growing and blossoming. People saying, what is it about you? What are you doing? What are you eating? Are you praying more? Are you drinking more water? I'm blossoming, beloved. I am blossoming. I have allowed myself to grow through older versions of myself. I have allowed the damaged daughter in me to prosper and heal. I have allowed the abused and exploited version of me to seek forgiveness and understand I am growing. And I have grown and broken through. And haven't I broken beautifully? That's blossoming. This is my beautiful breakthrough. That's for you too, brother. A beautiful breakthrough. Coming up out of bad relationships, coming up out of incarceration, coming up out of illness, coming up out of the traps of society as beautifully broken. Look at you breaking through, brother. Even if you're not all the way in full bloom, I can see your new colors. I can see what color you're becoming. And that is the blessing and the blossom. We all admire flowers, especially as we get ready to move into the season of spring, child. A cherry blossom does it for me every time. I'm addicted to them. We all enjoy driving past a playground or some type of establishment where there's beautiful flowers everywhere. Everyone loves the beauty of the flower. Some for, the motives change, but everyone loves the beauty of the flower. Do we acknowledge the process of the bloom? Here at a Moment of Harmony, we are acknowledging, honoring, and giving attention and cultivation to the process of the bloom. We don't wake up in the morning and say, I can't wait to be beautiful. I can't wait to be strong. I can't wait to be where I want to be. I hear that all the time. I have my sister circles and my girlfriends. They just want to be married and they just want to be rich and they just want to rest and they just want to travel. We can't wait to be in full bloom. But there is beauty in the blossoming. There are blessings in your process. And there is much to be gained in the growth of yourself. Love yourself today. The blossom is coming. It's inevitable for those who are warrior seekers and never willing to give up on themselves. It's coming, but don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Grow and love and learn and levitate. Elevate yourself in the process. Again, everyone loves the flower. Okay? Don't be one on your own self talking about back then y'all did. Don't back then yourself. Okay? Lots of people gonna do that. Lots. You gonna blossom and they gonna all remember your name. Okay? But don't be the one in the process giving up on yourself, selling yourself short, ignoring yourself, leaving yourself behind, abandoning yourself and your dreams. You are incredible enough and worthy enough right in the process of your blossoming. Because, boo boo, your blossoming is your becoming, and you are surely becoming. I can see your colors. I love you so much, and I appreciate you joining me for another Moment of Harmony. Definitely a Sunday moment. Y'all, Mommy Mercy be popping. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and give love and light to all of my exchangers and all of the positivity in the chat today. Um, what did I want to say? Take good care of yourself. Take really good care of yourself. You are worthy and you are worth it. You are incredible and you are still here. That's how I know you're worthy. You're still here. Take really good care of yourself. Like really good care. The weather is changing. It's up and down. Try weigh your neck. Drink your hot soup. Okay, listen to your body. Take the sweat off when necessary. Put it on. Go to the bathroom in the middle of the day. Eat something that's going to give you life. Take good care of yourself. And then, once you've done all you can to take really good care of yourself, I want you to go on out your way and take really good care of someone else. Love somebody, encourage somebody, reach out to somebody, and be a blessing. This has been a moment of harmony. I will be so excited to meet you at the same place, same time next week. I'm about the same time. You know that time. Thank Mommy Mercy. But I will see you at the same place next weekend for another moment of harmony.